Okay, so this video I'll add on the highlights. So a new layer set to clipping mask, and then I'll say highlight. So I'll color pick on this highlight on the leg area. So notice I'm attacking this area, then a bit on the bottom area. Then later I want to attack this area also. So they are kind of the same color, which is the light blue color attacking on this darker skin color of this sheep here. Okay, and later on the center part of the sheep's face, you notice there's a bit of red over here. Not sure if you can pick that out. It's very light, but it's about the subtlety of colors that makes it more interesting. So this is actually the blush. So the sheep is actually a bit probably a bit young, can show a bit of a skin color. That's why there's some red inside. Okay, so we want to do that. Okay, so the highlight just now I mentioned blue color, which I already color picked. I'm already on clipping mask, so I'll just apply straight away. Apply straight away. Apply straight away at the bottom of the feet, and apply a bit on the top part of his ears, and apply on the forehead. Okay, so this is where it gets a bit interesting. You want to use the brush, and I'm using a shift bracket key, shift bracket left, to just soften my brush. If you don't know, just use the softest brush. So use the softest brush or the hardest brush. But the shift left and right bracket, I can always push up and down the softness and hardness of the brush. Okay, I want to make sure this softness stops over here. So there's this harder edge of shadow over here that I don't want to hit. Alright, so I want to stop right there. That's why I'm being a bit slower when I go towards that edge. And it's going to be a harder edge for me. So I'm gonna do a big smudge downward. See if this works. So essentially using a big smudge brush, I'm pushing the whole smudge area to all these areas over here. Obviously it's a bit too much. But what I'll do is after this I'll erase. Okay, so my eraser brush is on minus 20%, not minus 20% opacity. Then I'll just push a bracket bigger and smaller to erase off the excess. Okay, so I'm gonna erase off excess over here. Softly get rid of this. Then let the center part remain. So the brightest spot of the blue highlight is at the center. Okay, so let there be a gradient. Let there be a blending. So it's about how you blend, how you make your shading nice, how you do your blending. It's really just about that, and how you mix in the colors, the right spot, your observation skills, and then blending. Blending soft to hard edge, then not too much, not too little also. So now I guess it's close enough. I'm still adjusting, and then I want it to be a bit more blue at the corner actually. So actually I'm gonna manually adjust this color to be more bluish, because I think just now when I picked it up, it's not blue enough. Just push it more to the blue area instead of the red area. So the saturation, I mean the hue, let it be a bit more bluish. Let it be a bit more whitish. Okay, so there we go. So now we are mixing in more bluish right at the center. So just don't overdo it. So it's quite easy to overdo it also. I'm keeping it very subtle. So you will realize it's pretty subtle. And it's about using your eye to match the colors nicely. Alright, so that's that. So now on my main silhouette, which is the bottom layer here, I can actually use my burn tool. Okay, so if you guys remember last week we talked about burn. Let me just mouse over this. So we will darken areas in an image. Okay, by applying that on the main silhouette layer. Okay, I'll aim to burn this area. Okay, so which is this area over here. So you notice that it's a bit darker. There's a bit more shadows. Oh, so I'm targeting this area here for my burn tool to work on these areas. Okay, and then it's gonna be applied on top also. So what I meant is these two layers are just dealing with highlights, white highlights and blue highlights, while the bottom layer, the main silhouette, is dealing with the darker colors. So that's why I'm burning on the darker layer below, which will affect this purple color, which is the color that I showed you guys just now, the area I want to color darker. Alright, I hope that makes sense. It's actually very straightforward lah. There's different ways of painting. Obviously I'm painting using this method. There's a lot of different ways to come to the same conclusion. So it's really up to you. I think that at least you look at my method, you would understand better which is the method that works best for you. Okay. I want this to be harder. I'm also being careful not to overdo it. So now my burn value, I need to greatly reduce it. Now my burn exposure is 11. I'm on burn midtones. And I'll do one more time a bit closer, just on this edge here. Just on this edge below. A bit closer. Okay, so be specific about where you're burning. You don't want to overdo it. Of course, a bit is nice on the right spots. Okay, now I'm adjusting my highlights again. Just trying to hit the exact spots. And notice I kind of want to make here a little bit darker still. So let me go back and adjust it. Okay, so pretty close. I just want to make this edge a little bit sharper. So I'm gonna do a selection like this. Then I'm just burning that area. So because the blue highlight is above, so I'm actually need to go back and erase the blue highlight above to get the consistency that I really want. Okay, so next we will work on the eye area. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.